My name is Melanie Kerr and I'm a presenter on the Good Morning Show and I'm an ambassador for New Zealand Riding for the Disabled. Thanks for coming on board our gingerbread horse campaign. This is going to be so much fun. It's so easy to bake that even I can show you how to do it. I'm going to show you step by step through the process of baking our gingerbread horses. So stick with me, this is going to be fun. So right, first of all we start with 100 grams of butter. Now you can melt this in the microwave, which I'm going to do, or you can do it on a stovetop, but I reckon the microwave's so much easier. So I'm going to pop it in there, turn it on for a few minutes. Coming back to get started with the dry ingredients, in my bowl here I'm going to mix in 2.5 cups of flour. It's just plain flour. And look, I'm not no Alison Hulse now, am I? But I'll give this a whirl. So 2.5 or thereabouts. We're going to pop in our baking soda, which is, what do we got there? Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Half a teaspoon of salt goes in there as well. A teaspoon of ginger, just like that. Can't have a gingerbread horse without ginger. We've got cloves. You can use fresh cloves, but ground cloves are just as good, and they're easy. And we've got also a few, what have we got? Half a teaspoon of nutmeg, just there. Give that a little whiz. So easy. I'm not much of a cook, but you know what, or a baker, but you know what, this is so easy that you'll be able to do it with a little help from your kids, because they're always the ones that know how to do these things. Grab this butter. Oh, look at that, splattered beautifully throughout my once clean microwave. Now I'm pouring the butter into this big bowl, like that, and I'm going to add in this order the brown sugar, which is half a cup of brown sugar. It's pre-measured, trust me, pre-measured brown sugar. And now I'm also going to add in my golden syrup, which is half a cup. Okay, that's rough enough for the bush. And we will now add in, what do we got? 2 eggs beaten. No, I lie, it's 1 egg beaten. Voila, like that. How do you like this style of cooking? We stir that all in, just like this. Stir it all through, smelling good. And now we add the sifted flour ingredients. And they say just start with 2 cups at a time. I guess that's to get the consistency right. So I'm just going to pour in around about 2 cups of my dry ingredients like that. I've actually kept a little flour left over there because I'm going to flour the bench when I roll this out and knead it. And you know me and recipes, I don't really go off recipes so well, so if it's not looking right, I'll throw a bit more flour in. I'm not suggesting you do this yourself, but this is how I bake. Welcome to Melanie's world. Chuck that in there like that. Stir it all up. So this is starting to get really hard to mix. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn it out over here on my bench, and I'm going to knead it. Here we go. Like this. Oh, it's good. This is very therapeutic. Okay, so I've kneaded that to quite a nice thickness, and I've got a rolling pin that I've put a bit of flour on so it don't stick. I'm just going to give that a little gentle roll, like that. I'm not sure how thick you need to make this, but I don't think it really matters. Here we go. Now this is my little cookie cutter horse that you get when you register for the gingerbread horse campaign. I'm calling mine Khan, but you can call yours whatever you like. The reason I'm calling mine Khan is because Khan was the New Zealand Riding for the Disabled's Horse of the Year this year, and he is one of the wonderful horses we have at the North Shore branch of Riding for the Disabled where I volunteer, and I love him. So my cookie cutter is Khan. Here we are. Grab a tray that I borrowed from my neighbour. How do you like that? Just like real horses, these ones are all different fatnesses, thicknesses, shapes and sizes. So I'll pop them on the tray there. Cute, aren't they? This one's a Kaimanawa horse, I think. Now the great thing is that this dough that you've got left over, if you don't use it all in one go, you can quite simply wrap it up in Glad wrap and you can freeze it. And so long as you thaw it properly before you use it, it's easy peasy. It can stay in the freezer for a while until you're ready to make your next batch. So I'm going to leave that. I'll wrap that up in a minute and pop these little ponies into the oven, preheated to 190 degrees. See you guys in a minute. Now, the great thing about gingerbread horses is that you don't actually have to time them, but like real horses, you do have to keep an eye on them. So just look at them, just pop them in the oven until they're golden brown. So now comes the fun part, and that is the decorating of the gingerbread horses. Now, as you can see, just like real horses, all of these are different shapes and sizes. That's what I love about it. I've just started here with some icing. You know the icing you make for cakes, and it's just butter and icing sugar and a bit of hot water, and I've actually put cocoa in mine because I thought I'd like a brown horse. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on this lucky guy. This is the part where the kids can go crazy, have some fun with this. And look, just like that, you have got a brown horse. I just dipped my knife into hot water then to make it smooth the icing a bit better. Crazy. This is a crazy horse. There we are. And you know what? To hide my terrible icing, I'm just going to cover him in chocolate sprinkles, and he looks like, I don't know what sort of horse, but a delicious one, I'm sure. And why don't we just, because we've got them here, why don't we just give him a, oh, look at my finger. Give him a silver eye. Done, that's one. Hey, how easy was that? Now, I'm a cheat and I like to do things really quickly. And so I went up to the supermarket and I discovered these. Now, they are just quite simply icing in a tube. So you can use them to decorate your horses like this. Let's put a bridle on this one, a yellow bridle. I don't know if the yellow's going to stand out. Oh, there it is, look. And a bridle like that. How easy is that? Oh, he's a fancy one. I don't know that I'm going to be very successful selling my gingerbread cookies, but I'm sure you at home can do a whole lot better than this. So there you go. How quick and easy and how much fun was that? I think it took about 20 minutes. Now, if I can do it, as you saw from my baking skills, they're a little rusty, you can sure do it, and your kids will be a great help as well. Remember that every gingerbread horse sold, the money goes to New Zealand Riding for the Disabled. So thank you so much for coming on board our gingerbread horse campaign. Everyone who registers as a gingerbread horse baker goes in the draw to win a specially designed piece of gold jewellery valued at $1,000 from Peter Shake's jeweller.